A portion of today's broadcast is brought to you by Community Hospice of Texas. When Mike King needed a helping hand after his father was diagnosed with cancer, the folks from Community Hospice of Texas were there in a flash. Mike credits them for helping he and his family through the toughest times in their life, and that's why he's chosen to give back to them. Welcome, Mike King.
Thank you very much.
So glad you could be here to talk about such a wonderful, important subject.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about how you got involved in this.
Well, it's actually kind of a funny story. One of my former players actually worked for Community Hospice.
And players meaning, I have to interrupt, I'm sorry.
One of my former soccer players. I'm a high school soccer coach. And when Dad became ill, I knew that she worked for Community Hospice, and we found out Dad was had stage 4 cancer in April, and we knew it was pretty aggressive. We didn't know how much longer he had. So I contacted Kara because I knew she worked for a hospice, and she kind of walked me through the whole process up until us finally entering Dad into Community Hospice.
Okay. So how long was he taken care of?
He was there for 4 days.
Okay.
4 days, and it was there towards the end of his life. It was painful as a son and a family to watch. He was this hardened West Texas guy who never showed pain, and I saw him go from that to just unimaginable.
Yeah.
And finally we got him to hospice, and once we did, it wasn't just beneficial for Dad, but it was beneficial for the whole family.
And I have heard that so many times. My husband's aunt used to be a hospice caregiver, and more of the stories I heard from her was how she cared for the family.
Absolutely.
Almost more than she cared for the patient.
I think it's easier for them to care for the patient than it is for the family. And had those nurses and everyone there involved not done the job they did, I don't know that Mom and I and my sister could have gotten through the experience.
It's definitely a special gift, what they do.
Much.
So you've gone on to raise money for the hospice care program.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell us about that.
Well, after Dad passed away, I talked to our boys' soccer coach, Coach Bettenker, and I told we already had a tournament, and I asked him, I said, what do you think about turning this into a fundraiser for the hospice? Because there's thousands of people every year and hundreds that come through their hospice that don't have insurance, don't have money to pay for their care at the end of their life.
Right.
And Coach B thought it was a great idea, and the rest is history. We've raised $15,000 over the last 2 years, and our goal is to go over $10,000 this year. Okay,
so you're one of the coaches at Timber Creek High School, which is a very large 5A school.
Yes, ma'am.
And now, exactly what is this whole event? Like, how does it entail, and all the details?
We've got 32 teams coming to it's a high school soccer tournament. We've got 16 girls teams and 16 boys teams.
From surrounding high schools?
Surrounding high schools all over the state. We've got San Antonio, San Angelo, Midland, Buda Hayes is coming. So teams are coming from all over the state to play. It's a 3-day tournament. And we'll start at 2 o'clock today and finish at 10 p.m. Saturday night. Today in the rain. Yep. Rain, sleet, or shine, they play soccer, right? That's what we do.
I understand that. Well, thank you so much. I know that this is not only rewarding for you as a son, but it's also a blessing to all those that can be a part and be involved.
Absolutely.
And even the ones who are the recipients.
Yes,
so it's wonderful. And how can we find out more, get the viewers involved, and what can we do?
www.kellerisd.net and go to the Timber Creek website, and all the information's there.
All right, and they can just get online and read everything that they need to know, starting today.
Yes, ma'am.
Through Sunday?
Saturday. 10 p.m. it'll end.
Saturday. You got a lot of work ahead of you, but it's going to be worth it for sure. All right, thank you so much. The Rex King Memorial Cup is this Saturday. For more details, you can visit the Community Hospice of Texas online at chot.org. And if you or one of your family members would like to contact one of the many Texas locations, the Community Hospice of Texas, you can call them at 888-880-9093. When we come back, we are talking wedding season. That's right, it's going to be coming up with our friends from McShann Florist, and our bride-to-be is so excited. Don't go away.